Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to, I guess, Saturday afternoons messages of love from above. And we are back. We are live. And I'm excited to see what messages come through for spirit. Thank you for your patience and altering times the last couple of days in the mornings. Just got a lot going on with my host, and we got to the doctor's appointment, getting things moving. So this is good. Good stuff. So before we jump into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, of course, I welcome that. Whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together, multiply this unconditional love energy out to the world, and we do make a difference. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and just come back to right here, right now, in this moment. Let me just allow that love to flow down into our heart and fill us up and flow out to the world, circling the globe in a giant bubble of love, filling the world with love, sparking the hearts of everyone who's ready to vibrate at a higher and higher and higher love vibration, bringing higher truth to each individual, cutting away small T truths related to fear, bringing clarity. Beautiful. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your mind, your heart, your body, a loved one, for a situation, for a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just allow it to surround you and sink into your heart like a giant sponge. Just allow the love to come in and move throughout your being, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. Take it in like a giant hug. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Excuse me, and allowing the space for that as well. Um, so before we get into the reading too, just let everyone know there's a couple days left before our Monday drawing. So every Monday I do have a drawing of some sort. Tuesdays I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away, how you can get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. And this video that I just posted talks all about what I'm giving away. So if you want to check that out and get into the drawings, be sure to look at that video. And then also every month I put out each individual zodiac sign monthly readings. So if you haven't checked out that playlist yet, that is the link for that. And then every week I do have at least a pick a card reading that I put out. And this week's was pretty fun. It's who's thinking about you right now, and what are they thinking about you? So I like it. I have a ton of other pick a cards available on my main page too. So if you're interested, you can check them out. All right. I think that is the main things there. I know I'm kind of out of pocket, whenever you don't have things go to your regular schedule, you have to think about, did I put deodorant on? Did I do this? Did I do that? So it's good. So we will get into the reading. Let me move my coffee out of the way here. I'll get my desktop all set up. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. We have an amazing group of people with huge hearts, great senses of humor. So definitely welcome and enjoy the adventure here with us. And how the free readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. That is the list. There's no like special list. And if you just put your question out there, I'll eventually get to it. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we will of course, pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I will prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper into them as well, and then step back into the free readings and move down the list. I'm on for usually an hour and a half to 2 hours, excuse me, sometimes more, but I try to get through as many free readings as I can as well. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. I also have a pinned comment and in the description box of the video, I mentioned my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So you can make, you know, all the donations there. I know, I know. I just usually, oh, you mean 3 hours late or 11, 12? What? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So we do have, all of that available. And the dollar amounts, I don't look at because everyone, of course, income varies from day to day, but person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So, I don't look at the dollar amount. I just know that I just honor the energy exchange. So that is what is coming in there. I think that is everything. I'm gonna use I love this round tarot that I got, so I'm gonna be using that one and then also the Tarot of Dreams, interchangeably, so we will do that. And let's take a look here. I do have a donation that came in, so we will start there. Oops, let me just make sure I have this done right. Okay, there we go. So, Johanna, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. We will start with you before we get into the free reading. So, thank you for your donation. And you want to get some insight into your situation, your sit with Tanel. I like that. What's your sitch? What's going on here with Tanel? All right, let's see what we got going on here. If you hear rumbling in the background, we got a beautiful thunderstorm coming in. We already surrounded the electricity with spirit, have a clear connection, no interruptions. So we should be good. All right, let's take a look here, Johanna. What's happening here? Okay. So some insight here. I do see there's some decisions to be made, it feels like, with the situation, of course. But we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is spirit here, with you in this garden, and they're helping you during this situation to really enhance and grow. I mean, you can see how well dressed and adorned they are in a beautiful garden, a home back there. The solidity of your worth in relationship to the outside world, but spirit is helping you identify it and really having this kind of confidence that comes up to allow you to make the decisions that you need to make. The Two of Swords tells us close your eyes. They have a little blindfold. Close your eyes and open your heart. We make decisions with our mind, but we have the moon that also the heart wants a seat at the table. We'll have some fears and thoughts and beliefs of like, oh, well, I'm supposed to do this and I should do this and I need to do this and I have to do this. But our heart's like, but I want to live. And our mind is like, no, no, no. Here's the cage you have to stay in. And the heart is shaking the cage, going, I want out. It wants to be able to express itself and live in the situation here. And there's this confidence, this boldness that's coming up for you to ask for what you want and for you to step forward in your life with your heart um, to be expressed and lived. And that's with Tanel, but also everything. Because you have the hanged man here, which is this hermit's not this hermit's journey. Well, it is kind of a hermit's journey because upside down, it's like a cocoon. The caterpillar truly is in a hermit's journey in the cocoon or the chrysalis, right? Because it's by itself, it's letting things go, it's transforming into a butterfly. And this is what's going on with you. It's the hermit's journey, that you have here that is happening. And that's why I feel like it's an really your life in general, because that feels like you're on this movement, right? Because you also have the not eight of swords, eight of wands that's coming in here, which is fast movement or a lot of energy that's coming in. And I feel like this is interesting because, like, this isn't a cocoon. It's almost like these are rays that are coming down. It's like this energy from the heavens that they're helping transform you here. And so I just feel like so much of this is about an overall life transformation that's coming in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And, and, uh, and that's what's happening. It's impacting every area of your life. I laugh because we got the hermit for the hermit's journey. So just confirmation of what we've been talking about here. There is this draw of spirit for you to go inward and connect upward and allow them to draw you on your path here. So your situation with Tanel, it might be, if it was moving along, I almost feel like it came to a halt for a while, and I almost feel like your whole world feel like it went, from fast forward speed to, like, frame by frame, where if you ever been on a freeway going, you know, 80 miles an hour for hours, and then you exit to go down to 40 miles an hour and 10, to get gas or something, and you're just like, you feel like you're moving at a snail's pace, and I feel like that's what happened, but things are starting to pick up here. And let me just show you here. Because you have the Eight of Pentacles. This shows you have done the work. You've been putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears. And in the different areas of your life, whatever you've been working on and working toward, you're about to see movement in the outside world. So if it was like work, whatever it is, things can't stay the same as they were because you're coming out of the cocoon as a butterfly, and a butterfly that can't, you know, um, it would just seem ludicrous, right, for a butterfly to go, "Okay, I'm a butterfly now. Well, let's go walk along with all the caterpillars still." It'd be like, why is that butterfly walking when it can fly and it can go great distances? And the butterfly's like, "Well, I don't wanna hurt the caterpillar's feelings," you know? And the caterpillars are all just munching and eating and not even aware. And the butterfly's like, "Oh, I wish I could fly. Look at the I can see other butterflies flying." And that's what this is. It's like the Eight of Pentacles is you're about to move forward. Things can't stay the same. You're either about to move up and they go with you, or you go up and they go down into the forest floor. If it's someone that, if Tanel has not been in their cocoon transforming into a butterfly, they've chosen to stay a caterpillar and they can go do caterpillar things. But I love the image they give me of a butterfly carrying a caterpillar. You never see it because the butterfly is like, the caterpillars are having their choice. I'm not going to force and take them with me. They can stay and do their caterpillar stuff, but I can't anymore. I have to fly. I have to change. Same thing with work, if we're working on ourselves and we get ourselves to this point, if the employment doesn't allow us to move up, then we move on and out somewhere else. And this is what I feel is happening here, some insight into your situation. I feel like you've outgrown it. I feel like they are not wanting to become a butterfly. They are wanting to just hang out as a caterpillar more. And that's okay because you have the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, which is endings and beginnings. The 10 is endings and beginnings. But the Wheel of Fortune, it's the wheel of the tune of for you, where everything in our life, of course, always is always for us. But our human sometimes has a hard time going, why would that be for me? With its little attitude. But what the Wheel of Fortune tells us is that even our human, with the changes that come in, believes that it is for us because it sees the change and it sees what it opens us up for, and especially like a butterfly when it's able to fly great distances that it hasn't been able to go towards, it has that ability for it. So that is what is coming in, Johanna. Hopefully that makes sense, that you are evolving, you've been changing, and just things, you're becoming aware, you're becoming unsatisfied with different things. And it can be scary at the first time of when the butterfly needs to flutter and it needs to fly, it's called, you know, to go and get nectar from flowers. A caterpillar eats and consumes leaves and rah, 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 right? But a butterfly helps create, a butterfly helps expand, and it takes, pollen with its feet, I think, too, from tree to tree and plant to plant, and it helps, right? Whereas the caterpillar destroys, and so you're not who you were before, and so you're ready for a change. You're ready for different things to happen. So that's what's coming through, and that's what they have for you right now, Johanna. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. All right, and Seba, thank you so much for your donation as well. I greatly appreciate that. And you want to know, will you ever get married? If yes, when? All right, let's take a look here. You're very welcome, Johanna. All right, let's take a look here. See what they have to say. Let me just move this out of the way. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what comes in here first. Okay. So I'll show you here in a moment, but it is a yes. And the when is what is coming up next. Okay. All right. So sorry. I think the storm coming in is clearing out my sinuses. So sorry you guys have to hear me hacking up there. So you have the Nine of Cups, emotional wish fulfillment. So this is where definitely getting a huge capital Y S about marriage, right? And you have the Four Pentacles, which for me is like four walls in the outside world, which represents home. So I like that too. So both of those together were telling me yes. And then you have the Queen of Cups, who rolls over emotion and co-rolls with the King of Cups, but all the queens are given a second portion of water. So she's the master of emotion. So definitely a swimming in emotion, trusting gut, trusting instinct. And there's this deep diving that she's able to do into her emotions. So I was like, okay, so that answered our first question. Yes. The when, we have a wonderful expansion that unfolds here. I know. Oh no, what does that mean, bruddaZEN? Okay. Hermit card. Okay. So the when, we have this alone time, right? We've been called in with spirit. You've been being guided by spirit on your inner path. So, this is an inner journey that you've been on, and it's an important one because you're raising your love vibration through this experience to draw in someone who's at a higher vibration instead of doing what we've always done and getting what we've always gotten, right? Because within this hermit's journey, you're looking at what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have in the past, cheated you out of opportunities that have, um, deceived you. Your own thoughts and own beliefs that have kept you, that's the lower vibrational. It's like if, and this is personal experience when I grew up with this energy of that spouses cheat on each other, on not on each other, but the other spouse cheats on you because that's what I experienced happening to my mom in her marriages. And so me growing up, I'm like, oh, and so my lower vibrational, thought was that's what happens. That's what you fear will happen. You hope it doesn't, but you fear it. And because I feared it, I drew it in because my lower vibrational fears is where I was vibrating, and we attract, like attracts like. So for you, to not have that happen, that's why you're going through this wonderful kind of inner thinking cleanse, thought cleanse, and emotional cleanse. Thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, and emotions that no longer serve you. Yeah, exactly. So I like that because that's part of the journey. So when we're asking when, it's like, well, that depends on you, right? Because the there's a range. A lot of our life, we don't have like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet my soul partner that I'm gonna have the rest of my life on this date at this time at this exact moment." So it has to be. There's very, very few fated moments on our life that have an exact time. Very few. Most of them are a fated event, like a soul partner that has a range of the earliest we can meet them and the latest we can meet them. The earliest that they'll leave us and the latest that they'll leave us, meaning if they pass and go to the other side or whatever is destined, right? But there's this big range. And the more we work on our self love, raising our love vibration, the faster we bring it in the timeline toward us of meeting them, right? And so we have like a minimum experience of if we do absolutely nothing, we'll meet them like here at this latest date. But if we do our inner work, we can meet them earlier and we'll have more time and more experience with them too. So that's why this is the answer of the when. It's all dependent upon you here doing your inner work and where you're focusing your energy. Because here's you, the Queen of Wands. She rolls over fire over the wand suit, but all the queens are given, like we had with the Queen of Cups, second portion of cups. So she has both fire and water, and that's the black cat is the connection to the spirit world. We can focus our energy, and whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And so, like when we're focusing on fears around us, we escalate them, right? We grow them, and we draw those things into us. Same thing as if I focus on like I'm missing love in my life and I don't have it. Basically, my energy is telling the universe I really love missing love in my life, and I would like to miss it more. Can you like make it not come in longer? And can you even give me more things to miss? That's our energy. Or I hate this stuff going on in my life and I want more to hate. Can you give me more things to hate? And this is what comes in. So I like this awakening, this awareness, and this focus that you're doing, and you're changing from focusing on your fears because you're letting go of thoughts that no longer serve you, emotions that no longer serve you, which allow you then to focus on gratitude for what is and what you want to draw towards you, focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. And that just with this magic, mighty magic wand is what draws it to you, which brings in the Page of Pentacles. One, it's seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, but also that's what brings the opportunity in the outside world to meet the love of your life. So right now it's a range that's very open, and the more that you work on your self love and you elevate your uh, love vibration, the faster that we draw them toward us. And them, of course, doing their inner work too. So I like it for you. I know we want like more of more of a date and time and hour, but it's an open range right now. And so it could be, it could be, I mean, if we did miraculous work, it could be tomorrow. Probably not, right? That would be like 24/7 focusing in on self-love and releasing and doing all this stuff to do it. But the more we do it, the sooner it will be. And it's a win-win. We talk about it. We can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So as we raise our love vibration, that's opening up to our self-love. So we're getting this flood of amazing love from above, but it also expands and allows us to receive and give love to the humans as well in a greater amount. Yep. Yeah. I know, right? Not yet. But the more we work on that, the more clarity will come into. Yeah, because here we got the Hanged Man. So this is the cocoon. This is working on our self-love, and that's where the delay is we're transforming and letting go. Because we don't want to attract them in with our energy where we're at and where they're at, because it's going to be lower vibrational love energy where it is right now. And it just ends up causing trouble, right? We want something. I want to meet them when it's more harmonious. That's these other stepping stones I've had have taught me that I don't want any of that anymore. I'm going to focus on me, and then that'll draw me in to my soul partner. All right, Seba, that's what they have for you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Hang in there. Enjoy your adventure. All right. Okay, so let's take a look here. I think that's all the donations. So I'm going to scroll to the top here and we'll start with the first free reading, which is Princess Pinky. Hello, hello. All right, excuse me. So, do you have a future with this Aquarius? All right, let's take a look here. So we have the Aquarius energy card coming in here. So boom, but we have the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new drive, new energy. I'm going to take the liberties of pulling an additional card because I feel like that could go either way with the energies, and they're not telling me. So I'm going to see if I can push them for an answer here. Okay, yeah, it is someone new. Um, Most likely. Because we've got the Ace of Wands, which could be, it could be like, oh, this is the energy towards, new energy with the Aquarius and da 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 da, right? Or it's like, well, you're leaving the Aquarius behind and there's a new passion coming in. And so I asked for clarity, and they're like, well, here, let's just give you the death card, which is I don't believe it's with the Aquarius here. I believe that's falling away because you do have this new passion that comes into your life. Someone who is more energetic, maybe even a fiery sign who gives you more attention. I feel like the Aquarius is so busy saving the world or their world that they don't give you attention. They don't give you the notice that or the attention that you deserve and that you desire, both of those. So I feel like there is this movement forward onto someone else that is more giving you what you're looking for, right? Feel the Aquarius could give you some mental stimulation, but I don't feel like they're giving you a whole lot of heart stimulation. And that is what I feel is more in alignment with what your heart is wanting and where it's heading. So yeah, I don't feel like that they're going to be in your life very long, at least in that capacity, right? I just feel like it's movement forward time. All right, Princess Pinky, that's what they have for you. So hang in there. I like it for you. So many blessings. All right, Julia. Hello, hello. Hi. You'd like a David's current energy towards your connection. All right, let's take a look here and see what is going on with David and their feel connection with you. Uh, yeah, I mean, they are doing some inner mental work for sure. I really like this because the Six of Swords is leaving old ways of thinking behind and movement forward from choppy waters to calmer waters. And I feel like they are headed here towards this higher love, and this higher expression of love, where they're offering love, with the cup here, with the Page of Cups. So, I feel like this is them returning from the voyage. Though I hear, are they on a boat trip? They're probably flying on their journey, not taking a boat, but it's like this is their adventure. They're on this journey. While they're on the journey, their mindsets, and I feel like that's their current energy. I almost feel like their mind is so set on where they're going that they only have so much mental energy and just energy that even though I think it's a few weeks away, right? But it feels like they're all focused on that. It's like their journey, the journey, the movement, the movement. But I feel like while they're on this adventure, that's where the clarity comes in because they're it's like when you get away to a mountaintop and you're able to look at your life, you see what's important and you see what's not important. And you're able to sift through things and see the things that interest you and what you're really wanting to do. And this is where this clarity comes in. And I just feel like when they return, then they have the Ace of Cups that they offer, which is a heightened love. But I feel like they're just in this place right now where they're just super focused on that, and their energy, um, it almost feels like it's on the back burner because it's almost like, they're showing me a stove and they have the first courses that are due to come out on the table first, and that the other thing is like the dessert that they're keeping warm for after the meal kind of thing, which the trip being their meal, and then, your connection being dessert. It's like I get that when I come back. I feel like they're just like, I don't want to do all this stuff when I'm gonna be gone because that's not fair to you, but also not mainly fair to themselves. Why would I want to torture myself? If I open my heart, I'm gonna miss them like crazy for all I'm gone. But I just want to go on this journey, on this trip. And when I come back, then things move forward, is what I feel is like in there. So that's what's coming through, Julia. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right, very good. It makes sense. It does make sense. All right. So many, many blessings to you. And then Butterfly, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Oh, thank you so much, Seba, for your additional donation. You can ask a health question. I just have to preclude it with a disclaimer that for health and mental and um, any kind of lawyer, counseling, anything, we always encourage everyone to seek professional uh, individuals. I have to say here in the United States that tarot is designed for entertainment purposes only, and ultimately everyone has to make their own decisions for their life. So that is what we have to say, and it has been said. And on that, we will pull cards. Very good. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay. So you have the fever for a very long time. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's take a look here and see what does spirit bring here for you. What information will be helpful for you here? All right. So of course we do have here Mother Nature, Mother Nurture coming in, which is very important here. And we've got the this lack card here, which has to do with, feelings of abandonment, feelings of being left out in the cold. There's this, I feel like, an underlying emotional connection with the fever that has to do with feeling kind of abandonment feelings and maybe feelings of lack and being left behind here. And I like that you have the Queen of Pentacles here, because who best to take care of you than mother, this mother energy, the nurturing energy, to help you here. I feel like there might be some herbal remedies that if you haven't tried yet, I just feel like so much with this connection to Mother Earth, try something natural. If other things are not helping, um, of course, consulting a physician is ultimately a good thing to do for them to at least uh, confirm things and see what they can do here. But we've got the balancing the Two of Pentacles. So you got all these pentacles, which has to do with the outside world. There's some pentacles here. Have you been overburdening yourself? Have you been overdoing it and not allowing yourself adequate rest time and recovery time and recharging your battery time? It's kind of like plugging in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All trial and error, right? We don't know. Try this, try that. Um, I feel like herbal teas, there's something to do with herbal here, but I feel like a lot of this does have to do with some emotional, everything is really is emotionally based. In fact, let me see here. Yeah, at the top of right on top. There's this wonderful, if you've never heard of Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. She's found a lot of emotional um, sources for things that show themselves in our lives, right? There's things that are in our heart and our emotional body that make its way out through the physical body to go, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. You're not paying attention, so I'm going to come into your body and get your attention there, right? And we're like, whoa, that's what we all go through, right? um Again, she has that disclaimer that I mentioned in the front of the book. So um but fever here is the source of it is anger and burning up. Hmm. So if there's any kind of anger that's bouncing around, underneath, then that can be there. They give affirmations, and maybe this is something that can help is focusing your energy on saying, I am the cool, calm expression of peace and love. So I'll say that again. It's I am the cool, calm expression of peace and love. And when you focus your energy on that, that can also help transform things, because the other cards that came out here are telling me here, one, you are going to have victory over this, with this. But what the little child self here with this Leo energy, this is your inner child. And here's the Six of Cups, inner child, kind of children memories. And so, with these coming together, this is what was telling me too, is that it's, these feelings, these emotions that are bubbling up. So if there's some anger or some it's the fight and fight or flight, which comes from fear, right? And so if we have this anger about, being abandoned, being left behind, that might be boiling up within us, then it's time for us to look and give that inner child some attention. um, and you have the temperance card here too. Yeah, I love it. This is the working out of things. The temperance is going back and forth, and that it does resolve itself. It's just taking a little bit of time. But I feel like with this emotional release, if you feel like, yeah, I had some anger, I've had some, where I need to protect myself. Oh, I love it. I can imagine, when it's something that's been going on that doesn't feel like there's an end. But I feel like this is definitely a transformation that can happen there. Looking at the anger, those abandonment feelings, whatever that inner child has been charged with, that it was so angry, um, but it didn't know, especially if it was parents, we as children don't feel comfortable being angry towards, they're like our gods when we're younger. Like they're the ones bringing us food, and we have them like heightened, like they're amazing and they do no wrong, and we don't think we could tell them that they're doing wrong. So if we feel like they did something wrong, we push it down inside, right? And then it just bubbles in there until, and it ripples out into our life. So you might have been feeling angry about something lately that just is a ripple where, our inner child is like, I'm ready to let this stuff go. I'm going to forgive. I'm going to release these individuals that I have anger towards for my sake. Because one of the things I talk about, that someone mentioned, and it was actually in an oracle card I think I read about forgiveness. It's about refusing to continue to be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or words. And so I forgive the person, not the acts, but I forgive the person so that I can pour out the pain and not carry it anymore. And then it allows that vessel to be a place of love, an expression of peace and love. Yeah. Yeah. So This is a good thing, maybe some calming teas, some teas that bring peace. But definitely look into some herbal herbs that help with fever. And trust your intuition, trust your gut. It's guiding you. Um, but I love it. I love that you're seeking their help and assistance. But that is what is coming through, Seba. So we will send love energy to you too. In fact, I'm going to write down. I have a little list that I focus on every day. Like right now, I don't know if she's here. We're focusing on Serenity, a horse. So I will add you to my list until your fever goes away. We'll send energy in my meditation, and we'll send some right now too. So anyone that wants to join in, we're just going to send some beautiful love, healing energy to Seba, just removing the fever, cooling, calming to your body. And you might feel some tingliness and a little warmth right now, but that's just the energy uh, going through your body right now. They didn't give a a timeline. And usually when there's no timeline, the temperance was it'll work itself out, but it depends on how much you are focusing your energy on, when we're focusing on I have a fever, then we're telling the universe, I enjoy having a fever. Can you make it last longer? Right. And we can change our energy instead to thank you for health, not healing. Because I tell the universe, I really like healing. I got, oh, great. We'll give you more things to heal from then. Wait, I mean, I love health. Oh, good. We'll give you health then. So focus on, I have perfect health. Thank you for the health. Thank you for perfect health. Thank you, and have it gratitude and try not to focus on the other, right? Because that's the way it works. Yeah. And yeah, and focusing on joy and laughter and peace and coolness and calmness, all of that. Yeah. And again, like what she mentioned there, I am the cool, calm expression of peace and love. That's our energy. And that's what grows then instead of I got a fever. Still have a fever. I still have a fever. That's what we're taught. And something that helps me too is if you on your phone, you can, if you have a cell phone, you just have like a silent vibrating alarm every hour or half hour, however you feel it's appropriate for your waking hours to maybe put that affirmation to where every half hour or hour it rings you back because we're taught to focus on our fears of what will leave or come in or stay in our lives. And so we'll get drawn back into it. But when the alarm goes off, it draws us back and we sit in that and then we drift back. And we're like, oh, that's right. Alarm takes us back and it keeps us returning back to the gratitude and to those positive things. So, all right, that's what they have, Saber, right now for you. And much love to you, much health to you. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All righty. And so we had left off with the butterfly A. You are up next here for the next free reading. Okay, sorry. There was a frog and now it is gone. So, butterfly, hi. So, what is the Libra man's thoughts and feelings about you? Let's take a look here. Yeah, you're right about the thoughts. They definitely are a thinker with that Libra air signness coming in here. Wow. So there is this progression coming in here. I mean, we've got the XX, the judgment card, which is this higher calling and these changes that are happening, I feel in their life. And we've got the world card, which comes right after here. It's like there's this progression that's going through their life where they're having like this change of old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking and moving into this more openness and this adventure feeling in here. And I feel like with it, especially this progression, they've got all this stuff that they have to figure out and that they're very organized. I feel like they have a plan. There's always a plan, and it's like, okay, this has to happen first, and then this, and then this, and then these things have to move, and this has to happen, that, and then this has to happen, and this, right, and then that's complete, and then I can go on to this. So I feel like they have in their mind all this intricate plan of things, and I feel like there's feelings there because I feel like that's what they're eventually acting on. But I feel like they've got all this stuff that they feel has to be in order first because it was really ground into them growing up that there is a very specific process and you have to make sure that you have all this in place before you do that. They're like, you've got to have the nursery all prepared before the baby comes and like, well, the babies do no, the baby cannot come until I've completed the nursery. And it's like the baby is being born, and they're like, nope, no. In their mind, it can't be because the nursery's not done. This is the kind of mind I feel they have. Very, very hyper organized and structured is what I feel is coming in there. So there are thoughts, but I feel like they're future thoughts and they're not they don't allow themselves to take much action or feel much because no, 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 feelings come later. Feelings come there. This is what I have to focus on. So I think they've very and I feel like they needed to over communicate this because that's their mind and they just wanted you to see how extreme it is. But that's what's going on, butterfly. So hopefully uh that resonates. And maybe yeah, maybe you're maybe that is making sense with your laughing like on there. But it just feels that way. And you're like, do I want to deal with that all the time? Or are you I feel like you're more of a not that you're not a planner, but you like some spur of the moment and balanced, right? There's important and then there's extreme, and you're like, I do with the important stuff, but that's a bit much, which I understand. I'm an air sign. My mom laughs at me with my spreadsheets. She's just like, "You did what?" Like when Facebook, when Farmville, if you ever were on Facebook and they had Farmville, when it came out a long time ago, I had a spreadsheet of the crops you would give and what it would result in, so I could track and see what was the most profitable to plant on this fake farm. And she was just like, "Oh my god!" So it was funny, but she took my advice because it helped her. Anyway, but that's what they have for you, butterfly. So many blessings to you. Right? Always victory. You'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation coming in. Thank you so much, Dana, for your donation. And I don't think you've asked a question yet. Let me just scroll up here. If not, pop it down there and we will pull cards for you. Oh, yep, it is right there. Sorry. Guidance, because you're feeling irritated today. All right. And in general around you starting a YouTube channel. Um, yeah, I wonder, let me check the moon energy here. Because I was giddy last night. Oh, we've got moon in Pisces today and tomorrow, which my moon is in Pisces. So it's very emotional. It's very emotional moons right now. So emotions are definitely you know, um heightened for sure. So any emotion we're feeling is going to be expanded because we're in a water moon today and tomorrow. So sometimes just knowing that, going, oh, okay. So let me take some deep breaths and meditate and focus on love, love, love. I want to expand love and peace and joy and laughter. and then those will expand. Yeah. All right, absolutely. So general around you starting a YouTube channel. Let's see what if there's anything around the irritation in here too. Mm, mm, yeah, okay. Yeah, so they kind of snuck it in here too because we've got the Queen of Cups. Here is Pisces energy. We got emotional confusion with a lot of emotions flying all over the place. So the irritation can be some fears that are making themselves known because that's where we get emotional confusion coming into. So if something's done something that they've irritated your inner child, yeah, because here's your inner child. Someone's irritated this little inner child inside of you that made him feel, um, unsafe or out of control. And it's like the little inner child pouting, going, "No," and so they're wanting they're activating your fight or flight mode because they feel unsafe and out of control and they want to get back to feeling safe and in control again. So whatever you need to do with that, to take some deep breaths to bring the oxygen in to help kind of step out of the fear mode that's being activated, and then just check in with your inner child here and just go, "What a boo boo boo, come here." Pick up your little inner child and just hold on to him like you would like a 2-year-old that's scared. And just talk to him and go, "What's the matter? What are you afraid of? I'm here. I've got you. What's happening?" And just reinforce the safety to your inner child because it acts as a separate being from us. It sees our adult as a separate from itself. And if it trusts you, then it's going to allow you to make it feel safe and feel in control again. So whatever this irritation is, that's coming in. And like I said, we're hyper aware with our emotions today and tomorrow with the moon being in Pisces. So that's good for everyone to know. I'm at home in it because my moon is in Pisces, so I'm like, this feels great. Basking in this radiation of emotion that's coming down on everyone, you know. So I like uh, that there too. Someone had mentioned, oh, double, triple, quadruple X. It's extremely hot. So I don't know where you're at. If it's extremely hot, that also irritates. I know would irritate me when I lived in Texas. When it was hot and humid. Oh, you just want to hurt people. All right, but let's go on here. Excuse me, into your question about starting a YouTube channel. You know, I like this here. I see here, that here's this wonderful giving. With the Six of Pentacles, it would be a benefit to you and where you are also helping others. So I feel like it's beneficial, and it doesn't necessarily mean financially at first. But for you and your worth and how you put your worth, it feels good to give, and you're also able to give to others and help others. So I definitely like that. You have the Ace of Cups, which is you being this chalice and you're filling up and overflowing and helping people. So I feel like your YouTube channel, the core of it is that you care and you want to help people, and as long as that stays like your focus, then that does go well. You have the death and the rebirth too. I feel like whatever ideas you've had, there is this rebirth that happens. I feel like some things around it, you're just like, okay, remember your why, because we can get into, oh, I should do this, I'm supposed to do this, and da 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 da. But then that takes away our energy from what we're really primarily wanting to do and how we're wanting to share, the unconditional love in our heart, whoa, with the world here. Sorry for the glare. The sun came out. The sun came out. So, I really like this energy that is coming in. and it's you sharing this. So it's very positive here. Just, make sure to go, why am I wanting to do this? And get into your heart to find out what it is, because having a YouTube channel is not for the light of heart, because uh, you'll gain followers, you'll lose followers, you'll get comments, you'll get different things, and it won't do everything that you think it's supposed to in the time frame that you want it. It's very much a growth experience, but when you have your why to come back to, then you stand the test of time, because you're like, I'm not doing this for the numbers or the likes or all of this. I'm doing it because I'm sharing the love in my heart. And when you're doing what you love, you're not worried about a destination or um, results. You're enjoying doing it, and I feel like that's what they're wanting you to just to focus on as you do this. Definitely, it's helpful to you and others, so I like that. So that is what's coming through right now, Dana. So many, many blessings to you, and may the irritation dissolve and turn into fairy magic dust of love. All right. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right, Misty Blue, you are up next. Thank you for your donation as well. You're very welcome, Dana. And then Dune, you'll be up after that. So the feelings of our last night, he had plans for the whole weekend, and then he got a message from his aunt that the arranged marriage woman was on the way. Oh, jeez. Misty, Misty, Misty. What an adventure, right? Let me take a look here. Okay. I saw you had mentioned something earlier, so it was around the same thing here. Your moon is Leo. All right, let's take a look here and see. Hmm. Oh yeah, no problem, Dana. No. You're good. All right, let's take a look here, Misty, and see what's going on here. Mhm. Mhm. All right. Well, how much Wands energy can you get? Fire! It's all you. It's all you, honey. So we've got the Two of Wands, which is, energy, and here's this, wonderful Five of Pentacles, the feeling of being left out in the cold, being left behind, abandonment, not being chosen right, these feelings of lack. And, the awareness that this situation brings is not by accident. It is what is to be brought up, so that you can look at where you'll invest your energy. What you'll do with this situation is totally up to you, on what you're looking at, with the um the energetic choice in each moment, right? Because we can put a story around what happened of going, you know, like we're taught, "Oh, it means I'm not good enough." Because surely if I was worth something, that they would say, "Forget it. I don't care about this arranged marriage, and I'm choosing you instead." That's what, woohoo, the movie that's playing in our head that we would think that we would want. But when we are unaware of the big picture, that's when we trust that things are unfolding for us, right? Because more Wands energy. Here's all this fire, all this Leo fire energy. 10 of Wands, a lot of burden. I mean, just the amount of effort that you would have to put into this situation with them. The 10 is endings and new beginnings. It's like they're, from spirit, they're saying it's for your highest experience to let that go, not to invest a lot of energy into it, because it is, a dead end, right? There is not this future that's in there for you, It was designed to show you this, to let you go, okay, let me look at my worth and these feelings that are below the surface. Where does this go back to? Because this is just a ripple of things that have happened in our lives. And there's a great book, The Presence Process by Michael Brown, and he mentioned something that just blew my mind, which because it was so true, that whatever happens that's unresolved in our inner child when we're younger, it's like they're in the cellar and they're banging on pipes and trying to get our attention. And they will bring the same emotion through an outside situation to us to get our attention, and we don't recognize it. It keeps repeating. So we'll keep having these feelings like with that abandonment card, like if we felt abandoned or left behind in the past when we were younger, usually our emotional body is 7 years and younger. When we're feeling that, it'll ripple out and it'll keep rippling with different people in different situations. But when we look and go, when did I feel like this last? We can go back a little bit and then go, okay, now when was the last time I felt that before that? And that doesn't have to be the same situation, but it's like, wow. And then when's the last time I felt that? And we'll eventually get down to the root. And that's what I feel is going on here is it's a ripple here for you because it's time to end the energy that we're investing in maintaining all of these feelings of being left behind or being abandoned, right? There's these feelings that have been going, and this 10 is about ending that cycle. It's ready, it's coming up. And here we go. Beautiful, beautiful new beginning. The full card is a free adventure, something free and open that is headed your way with after, here's the ending and here's the new beginning. You're just carrying one staff and it's holding your stuff so that you can move on this new adventure that's so free and so flowing and going forward here. And what I like about this is what a big difference between this and this, right? We go from feeling abandoned and being left behind and out in the cold to being recognized, to being seen, to being celebrated. And this is what your heart truly wants, right? And that's where, it's going forward here. Um, Regardless of whether they are telling the truth and um, if they truly are having that person come in or whatever, it doesn't matter because it's not meant to. They're not meant to be anything but a stepping stone for you and a reminder of the things from the past so that you can release these things. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Misty. Let me see, is there anything else here? I feel like there was one more. Yeah, because you have new passion for the future, more fire energy. My gosh. But you have someone more in alignment with you for the future, but this one is not meant for you. They're just a stepping stone to help you get there. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, but that's what they have for you right now, Misty Blue. So hang in there, my dear. Many blessings to you. Yeah. Right. All right, so that is what they have there. And Dune, thank you so much for your donation. And I don't think you asked a question yet. Let me just scroll up here because you know how I can be. Zip, zip, zip. So if you have not mentioned your question, just put that down below there. Just gonna scroll up here. Nope. Oh, so sorry, Dune. I see the waving hand. How will July be compared to this month? Duh. All right. Thank you. Good thing Spirit is smart. They're the smart one in this relationship. All right. All right. Let's see what is July gonna look like compared to June? All right. Let's see what we all got here. All right. Well, we do like this. You do have a month of here, as you're moving through, I feel like June, you're really looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around, life from a higher perspective and cutting away some, fears and all that. Because you got the devil card going on here too. So I feel like this is the precursor. I feel like they're saying this is what you're going through now that makes it different from July. Because I feel like everything they're showing me, because you got 4 cards and then you got 1 card, and I'm like, "Okay, the 4 cards feel like this month, what is kind of progressing, and then the other card is July." So I like this because it's like you're seeing things from a different perspective. Capricorn energy, Saturn energy, you're cutting away the chains, you're becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had in the past that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped, and you're moving beyond those there. You're also leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you while you're releasing these things. And I feel like you're even leaving behind maybe friendships or relationships. There is significant, emotions and rela- in relationships is everything all in one, whether it's family, friends, acquaintances, work partners, whatever. There's things you're leaving behind to head off here to the 9 of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment card. I feel like this month, going into next month, is this balancing. I feel like this is this month, and you're headed up here into July because with that 8 of Cups moving, to the 9 of Cups wish fulfillment, July's card is this Aquarius card, which is wishing upon a star, and there's this um that's like dreams come true. That would be like the 9 of Cups. That's the 9 of Cups and the Star card are the 2 kind of wish fulfillment cards. So, definitely with doing this work, with the letting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets go this month, leaving behind those emotions that aren't serving you, it definitely is looking up. I mean, literally up. Like you're looking at June now, and here comes July. There is this movement up, this upgrade, this it just feels like some of the dreams, some of the wishes come true, and you're like, "Ah, finally," it just feels like you've been doing a lot of the work, doing a lot of the clearing of things, and the more that we do it, the bigger the dream is fulfilled. So I like that for you. It's all about what our moments today are what create tomorrow. And so as we're looking into, what we're focusing on today, what we're releasing, what's coming up, we're paying attention, we're releasing emotions, we're releasing those things. So um, that is what we have coming through for you, Dune. So hopefully that is helpful. I like it. It is pointing up there for sure. So we like it. We like it. All right. Yeah, Misty Blue. So you can, for your free reading that you won, if you check out the giveaway video, it just tells you the details in there in the description box of the video, how to contact me and what you need to send. And if you don't have that, I have uh, here's my little spiel about the giveaway playlist. So if you go to that playlist, oh yeah, it was last Monday's that you won. So just click on the 6-5 winner giveaway video and it gives you everything you need. So I'm excited. We can get into some details. All right. So that is what we have there. So I think that was all the donations for right now. Thank you so much, June. You're very welcome. And I look forward to getting your information, Misty Blue. All right. So we had left off with always victory. So thank you for your patience. Let me just take a quick sip. So, are you making any progress in your life? All right. Well, we know you definitely are, but we'll get confirmation from spirit because you have been putting in the work for sure here. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so you have the Emperor here, and actually you got two major arcana, which are great here because that's significant progress. The Emperor really stepping up and these new beginnings with Aries energy too, of you choosing and hearing what other people say, but not taking it as rule and law, that you are stepping up, getting this solid foundation in your world, because the four of the major arcana is about solid foundations, right? Four huge legs on a table makes for a very strong foundation. And, they have a whole, you know, throne room full of people with opinions and advice, but at some point they dismiss all the advisors and everyone and they make their own decisions, and that's the progression you've been doing. You've been choosing, you've been making these choices and stepping forward and caring less and less and less about the blah, 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 blah of these advisors, right? We like it here with the world card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new. So, what a great card. Progression, absolutely. Victory, it's a victory card with this victory wreath, and it also is the last card in the major arcana to get set for the full card, which is a new adventure. And so it's progression. It's like you're moving into a whole new level of your life. So definitely with all of those. You also had a bonus card of the 9 of, Pentacles here, which is you're not alone. Spirit has been with you, and you've been really developing this sense of standing on your own, full of your own confidence and how you relate yourself to the world and your worth to the world. And you've just been in this wonderful journey, the hermit's journey, with spirit. So definitely, progress, 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 and you're about to see things um, you know, free up, and as you're making those choices to stop listening to more and more people, and you're making decisions from your inside. So I like that for you. Always victory. So many, many blessings to you. I'm liking it. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Sherwani Nagosi. Hello, hello. So you just wanted to know why you always have bad luck and injustice happen with you most of the time. Most of the time. Is there anyone sending you bad luck? And yeah, let's take a look here and see what the universe has for you here. All right. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all, because it's about the outside world. And this is the all the knights quest. And this one quest after the Ace of Pentacles, which is looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world. This is the search of worth kind of card, not just money and abundance and all that, but it's about worth. It's like the second house in the astrology, even though it's about, it's ruled by Taurus and it's money and abundance and beautiful things. At the core, it's how we define ourselves, right? So, what Spirit is saying with all of this is, when we feel like we're having bad luck and injustice happen and things happen in our life, um, you know, we we have this fear that someone is doing that to us, right? Well, the wonderful thing with this Knight of Pentacles is there's this evolution, this awareness that's building within you of your power. And there's this transformation of, yeah, because you have the 5 of Wands here. This transformation of feeling like there's conflict and battle and fear, with 5 being a transformation, where it turns out that the things that are happening, we realize were things that were happening for us, not to us, to help us transform, to help us understand. Like these at first looks like, why are these five people trying to hurt one another to have a winner? When really we find out these are all friends who are helping each other improve their skills. It's a change of perspective, a change of how we look at things, right? So when we feel like people are able to send bad luck to us and that it impacts us, that is a like black magic or curses or anything like that. It's all based on fear. We are the powerful ones. No one can do anything to me except me. I'm the one that gets to choose what story I put to any moment, what emotion I want to feel as I go through it, and what energy and action I put forward. Now, if someone can convince me, I'm cursing you and now you're going to have bad health. I fear bad health, bad health, bad health. And what am I doing? My energy is bringing bad health to me. If I'm like, you're funny, whatever, it's not going to impact me because I'm not allowing it to. Instead, I'm like, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful my health gets better. My health gets stronger, you know, because of my choice. So people can't do it. It's like the thing Spirit gave me was a story about vampires and all. I won't do the whole full long story, but it basically, like, in the stories, vampires have to be invited in to be able to enter your home, your life. And so they can knock on the door and you don't even have to answer it. You don't even have to give it any attention, and we can open the door and they're like, invite me in. And if we invite them in, then we become their energetic blood bag, right? And they're just drinking from us until we uninvite them and then they have to leave. Or they throw blood bags in and say, well, if you're not going to let me in, at least give me some of your energy and blood. We're like, okay, if we're doing it, we're the ones that are doing it. So, when we want to know why is there anyone sending you bad luck? Honestly, it's us, ourselves. So, which is where we want that to be. I'm the one drawing things into my life. I'm the one that can also change it. I'm the one that can, instead of focusing on what I feel is missing in my life, because if I focus my energy, which you do have here, they give you a bonus card of the 3 of Wands, which is a changing of direction, a change of where you're investing your energy here. And basically, I talk on the channel here a lot because it's such an important piece of it that comes through in so many readings. I'm the one in this moment. I can choose to focus on what's missing in my life. And if I do that, I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy missing things in my life. Can you make me miss it more? And can you make me miss even more things? Right. And if I focus my energy in oh, I always have bad luck and injustice happening to me, then the universe is hearing, I really enjoy having bad luck and injustice happen to me. Can you bring me more? They're like, sure, order up, right? Because where we invest our energy, like attracts like. So if I focus on my fears, like if I focus on what I fear will leave my life, my energy will repel it out of my life. If I fear something will come in, I'm fishing, just bzzz, and I'm drawing it towards me. But the powerful thing is, and this is such a wonderful thing, and I'm glad you asked because a lot of people might have the same question because we all do. We're like, why is all this stuff happening in my life? And then we get this little, oh, whoops, it's me. But that's where we want the power because then I'm the one that can change it. I don't have to depend on other people changing. I get to change it. By focusing on what I'm grateful for in my life, I'm telling the universe, I am grateful for things. Can I have more things to be grateful for? And they're like, sure. I am joyful. I love things that bring me joy. Can I have more things to be joy? I enjoy laughing. Can you bring me more things that I can laugh about? And when we focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude, all that grows instead. So this is the advice from universe is like, You're a co-creator in your universe. Things don't happen to you, things happen for you. We like draws like, and so we're drawing the things to us that we focus on. And we're taught, this is why I'm like, most of us are taught when we're growing up that we focus in on our fears. And so we're always growing them. So to change our habit of what we've been taught, put reminders all over the place, set an alarm on your phone to remind you to come back as often as you need to, every half hour, every waking hour, to come back to gratitude, to peace, to joy. And you'll see life transform. I know when I did a gratitude journal, just it started off in the morning, just one thing in the morning, not repeating anything. I was going to do it for 30 days on what I was grateful for. And after 30 days, I wanted to do it more because of the amount of change of energy in my life. I wanted to do it more. I ended up doing it for almost 5 months without repeating a thing every day about what I was grateful for, because not only did I realize how many things I had to be grateful for, it was drawing in more things to be grateful for. So it is amazing and it's within our hands. So hopefully that makes sense, Shravani. So many blessings to you. Appreciate the question. All right. Right, Shirley, right. Hey, Kay. I am doing donations and I do see that you made a donation. So thank you so much for that generous donation. I really appreciate that. And yeah, and I don't see a question listed on there. And I'm not sure if you asked one earlier. I will do that. If not, pop it down below and we'll definitely pull cards for you there. Let me just scroll up here and while I take a sip. And Beauty Queen, you'll be my next free reading coming up. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can ask 3 questions. Yeah, your donation amount is actually, you can actually even get I offer personal recorded readings, um, and they're pretty inexpensive. So if anyone's ever interested, all the pricing is listed in the description box of the video too. I know you don't get them right away. Like I usually get them within 24 to 72 hours, but you can get it live right now. All right. So let's take a look. So your first question is a general love reading. Absolutely. So let's start off here. What does Spirit wants you to know about love? Okay. And then you also get a lover's oracle card. So let's take a look here. Come on. There we go. So your general love reading, let me show you this first. Beautiful, beautiful card here. And you got my beloved. And it says, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So this feels like someone from the other side or like a past lifetime love that's coming in here for you with this, my beloved. It's someone that is not in the physical world anymore because it's being physically apart. So I feel like this is a love message coming in from someone. So if you haven't lost someone in this lifetime that resonates with you for, then it is someone from a past life that's coming in here. And let me see what they have coming in here. Okay. All right. You do have the 7 of Wands, which is this wonderful energy here of standing on a hill, being seen. So I do feel like there with these cards that are coming here, you do have love coming to you in this lifetime towards you. And it's you get seen or you see them. This is like standing above and standing out. And that's where the spark happens. The one's energy, the spark where you're just like, "Whoa, who's that?" Or they look at you and go, "Whoa, who's that?" And it's like not necessarily like love at first sight, but attraction at first sight. And you definitely see each other there. And I like it. So whoever is standard apart, it's like I don't know why they always bring me karaoke, but if it's like someone up on stage singing karaoke, that they're just funny that way. And then someone's in the audience, waiting, and you see them sing and they see you while they're singing, and you're just like, well, hello there, that kind of thing. And you have the 6 of Pentacles. I like this because it's someone who can equally give and receive. It's a very mutually, giving type of love relationship that comes in here, where it's 3, pentacles on each side. And I like it because there's this, your guides are funny because 'cause they're like, there's nothing really that they can give you that you don't already have in the physical world, like possessions and what you're able to give, and it's like, but you wanna give it to each other, and I like it. It's not like someone has like, you're hugely more wealthy than they are, or they're hugely more wealthy than you are. It's like you're both in a good place that it's a good coming together there. Yeah. And then you have the Fool card coming in here, which is great. A new adventure free of expectations and a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. I feel like this is a different type of um, relationship that's coming in here. Oh yeah, and and you do here with this beloved. This is the person that's coming in here because they were showing me here with the 6 of Pentacles, they were reminding me of the 6 of Cups, which has to do with past life. And so this you do meet them and you do feel like you've known each other before because that's kind of the 0 card is like soul, which this is definitely like a soul that you've known in another lifetime where when you meet them, you're just like, I feel like I know him somewhere before, and you guys just hit it off. Your energy just clicks, and there's this familiarity that's there, and I like it. And it is. You got the Aquarian energy here, which is wishing upon a star, wish fulfillment, a dream come true. Like I said, wishing upon a star. And it's such a wonderful meshing that it almost feels too good to be true, but it's not, and I like it. I really like it coming in here because you have the new birth, with the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of yourself, sensuality. So it just feels very earthy, feels very free. And with both of these in here, because this is a lot like the Empress card, it's free of expectation, free of all the garbage and the fears that we've had before. There's just this bond that it doesn't even like cross your mind that they would not choose you, that they wouldn't want to be with you, that they would wander, all these fears we have that we've done. It just feels um they just are expressing how lucky they feel to have met you. And it just feels like this wonderful unfolding here. So I like it. I like it. Yeah. And even on the bottom here, you've got the 10 of cups. It's like dreams come true. Whoa, rainbows in the sky. So I like that for you, for your first question, Kay. Woohoo! I like it. It's just like great energy. It's like one of my relationships where I didn't have any fears that they were going to. They were the last relationship I had, which was like, no, I don't feel like they would. It was like there was no fear there, right? So that's what's coming in there. Sure, Empress Luna, you can ask a question. I might get to it today. I'm currently doing some donations, and we'll get to the free one. So maybe I might or might not get there. But you can definitely ask a question. If you want to donate, I will, of course, prioritize that too. All right. So, Kay, then you want to go, would you meet this person soon? And like, can you ask about uh, like messages? Yeah, you definitely can here. Okay. I'm laughing because I think it's going to be very soon because the first two cards that came up are the 8 of Wands, which is fast moving energy, and then the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving horse. So, timing wise, very soon, like very soon, with those. So, I like that. And then messages from your person. Let's see what they have to say here. So, they're funny. You guys are gonna get along great. I feel like you both of your energies are pretty fiery in a fun way, and they're like patience, temperance, and hangman. Just wait for it, because this is things slowly. This is like trust the timing, trust the timing. It's like rush, 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 rush. They're like, yeah, but trust the process. I like that, and I like this seeing things from a higher perspective. you know, because they are also in the process of learning and they're like, "Don't take me out of the oven yet. I'm not fully baked." I like it. They're funny. Um, so this is about seeing things from a higher perspective and cutting away a lot of expectations. So as you're going through the waiting and as they're going through the waiting, you're the big piece of it is that we are seeing, connecting to capital T truths rooted in unconditional love that allows us to cut away those fears, those thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets of having to, you know, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that just sucks the life out of a relationship, like the wind out of the sail, the oxygen out of the flame that puts it out. And it's like letting go of all these supposed tos and shoulds so that you can enjoy this journey free of not worries and these, thoughts and beliefs and things that cage a heart instead of allowing the heart to be free and flow together. It allows this trust between the two hearts rather than trying to police it, right? And also during this time, we've got the 8, the inner strength card, which is our human self and our higher self, spending time developing our self-love during the waiting as well, because the more we expand our self-love, not only do we get this connection to that beautiful unconditional eternal love from above, it expands our pipeline to humans, our ability to give love and receive love. Because you probably heard me say before that, we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself that much, no matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to drip through. No matter how much love I want to give them, it's just going to drip through. But the more I expand that, then the greater amount of love I can give and receive to this human in the physical world too. So it's a win, 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 right? So I feel like that's the message for him. Go while you're waiting, I'm working on getting rid of my expectations and developing my self love and my higher love, so that I can receive your love more and give more love to you. So, it if you so choose, then you can also do that. Because it would definitely be worth it. Because if they want to flood love to you, it doesn't matter if you're only able to receive a small amount. So I really like that. So I feel like that's the message that's coming in from them on there. And then did you have a third question you said? Hmm, I feel like you get a gentle creature's wisdom oracle here. Is your ex gonna keep coming back? Let's take a look here. Um, we'll see if this answers that question because I felt like you were gonna get a gentle wisdom, um, block here. Maybe he's heard you loud and clear now. Let's take a look. Yeah. Have you ever felt like no one hears you? Even when you sit perched on a barrel waiting for the coming storm, will there be someone who has a moment to listen to your fears? Sometimes that is a small someone you may have not noticed until now. Sometimes it is someone taking the time to come out of their own shell to let you know they are there to hold space for you. Our friend has climbed upon his perch by using old tires. They have been calling for help into the wind, only to hear their own voice blown away. So much sadness can only be contained by letting it go into the fierce gale that sends those clouds scuttling across the sky. Fearing everything, they cling to their seat, wondering why they even try. Then they hear it, the small, soft, hello, friend of someone who cares. That is the moment when they understand down to their very cellular level that everything will be okay. When you feel unheard, remember that you do matter to someone. That person hears you. How can you be that quiet voice for someone else in your life? You know, I feel oh, now I see where they were here. This is the little hermit crab sticking their head out of their shell if it'll focus. But I feel like this is that they, are wanting to be heard. Well, it's not you don't need to see it evidently. But it's, um oh, okay. Yeah, like, he's just wanting to be heard, he's wanting to be seen, and, um, that's what I love is that when they feel unheard, they will reach out and they'll find someone who will listen to them. And so I feel like the advice, now that I see your question in there, "What do I do?" They're like, "You nothing." Like, um, like you're off of social media and everything like that, and, if he texts you, um, you just don't respond. I know it's hard, right? But you don't. Like, if they're blocked and they're able to get through to you somehow, yeah. So, yeah, right? It's amazing, and you're not alone in that as well, because I have tons of friends who have told me, they're like, "Oh my god," and they'll even screenshot their text and send it back to me, and they're like, Why?" And I'm like, "Why are you even talking to him?" And like, "What do you mean?" I go, "The energy you're giving to them is what they're wanting from you," you know? They're like, they know when they annoy you, like, I'm talking to my friends, not to you that way. But that's a good question, right? It's like because it's like, I don't need to respond, you know? I mean, because unless you have children in court-wise, but even then you can say communicate through lawyers, right? Yeah, and it's good. So it's a great thing. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's this, it's like they don't deserve your attention, and you don't give it to them, and then they go away. When we give them attention, it's like feeding, a wild cat, that shows up on your porch. If you keep feeding it, they come back, you stop feeding it, it goes to the next door neighbor. So, yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, I mean, their side, I mean, I think that's what that herd thing, what we were talking about here is there's someone who is very sad, someone who, um, it's like a little hurting child who never felt heard. and they felt in order to be heard, they had to throw tantrums, they had to do extreme things. They had to, you know, when they were taught a certain way and think a certain way, they have no other way to act but, except for how they think. And we can't change how people think. We can only change hearts, and we change hearts by giving unconditional love. But if we're not wanting to deal with people's actions, we don't have to. We can't change it. And when we stop trying to change people, it's so freeing when you're like, you don't take responsibility for other people's actions. You really stop caring about, you know, when you realize, I feel like when you realize that the reason why everyone acts the way they do, every moment is either of unconditional love, which means they're in their intelligent, compassionate, loving side of their human side, right? And you're like, "Oh, I love that person." But when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, that person's booted out of the control room, and who you experience and deal with is a little 2-year-old with their pet cat. There's hissing and attacking and hissing and run away, and that's what we experience when someone's in fear. They're panicking, like swimming out to, rescue someone who's drowning, right? They're gonna smack you upside your head, not on purpose, because 'cause they're freaking out, and they grab you and drag you into the water. They're not trying to kill you, they're just panicking. And so when they're acting all the way that they are, it's panic, it's fear, and there's nothing that you can do to help calm someone besides give them unconditional love. Doesn't mean you have to let them in your life or be a mat or give them money or do anything, but you can just, like you said, you used to hold space for it, but he freaked out a little, the cat bit you. They hissed at you, they ran away and hid, and you're just like, okay, when people are acting like a child, they're acting like their inner child, hurt. When they're acting like an adult, there they are. That's the real them now, but they'll revert back to their inner child when they feel unsafe or out of control. And so, you know, you never know who you're dealing with. And when people are in fear, they're not themselves. We're just getting the repercussions of it. So, yeah. So that's where he's coming from. You want to kind of know his place. It's the little hurting child is coming out. And that's when people do the things they do, or when people have affairs or whatever, they're just doing whatever the little inner child feels it has to do to feel safe and secure. It does stupid stuff because it's not intelligent. It's a 2-year-old. What do 2-year-olds do? Very little intelligent things, unless they're a prodigy, right? But so that is what's coming in there. And I do feel like if you just stop giving them attention, that they will find some poor person that will give them the attention till that little inner child comes out until they realize, and they break their patterns and they grow beyond it if they do. But the good thing is that if a monkey throws poo, you don't have to be around the monkey if you don't want to, and then you don't get hit by the poo. But the monkey will eventually maybe learn not to throw poo. Who knows? But we don't have to worry about it because we're not allowing the monkey to come into our life, right? So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Kay. Hopefully that makes sense. But again, thank you so much for your donation. And hopefully those helped there. And let me know if you have any additional questions because you gave me a very sizable donation. So I feel like you deserve more than 3 questions. So if you have more, let me know. All right. All right. So, and while if you're thinking about other questions, I'm going to go ahead and hit Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon as well. And then, yeah, if you don't mind, I'll come back here and the where. Yeah. Okay, that's it. The where. Sure. Let's take a look here. I feel like with that 7 of Wands, a karaoke bar. Do you do karaoke? I'm just kidding. I feel like it's at some sort of event because it's like where you see each other, right? I know. I don't either. That's why it's a joke, with them. They're like, "Karaoke." Right, and Gemini, Sun, Aquarius may not be with you in just a moment here. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, with these first 3 cards that came out here, it's doing something you love because you have you've got 3 Ace of Wands, a new passion, something that you enjoy doing. The page of, Wands, holding the Ace of Wands, doing something, new that you love, a new passion that you love doing. And the Queen of Wands, really doing something that she loves, super focused, really doing things there. No, I feel like this is all new. I feel this is all new. Not anyone that you've met yet. Yeah, and, this is again, they're talking here with the Hierophant is about going inward, discovering your capital T truths. Who do you truly want to be? How do you truly want to express your love in the world? This is the journey. And you've got 2 9s, Hermit's journey. Here's wishes come true. And the 9 of Wands is stepping into your power. Here's again holding your passion, which allows you to step through this block. So I feel like there's something that is like this that makes your heart sing. And I feel like with all of this, it's like you meet them doing something that you love, and in doing it, there's again it feels like you're standing out or they're standing out, and that's where they see you and they recognize you. It's like I said, on a stage where you're elevated, or even they sometimes show me like a bartender, not that it's a bartender, but this is just the idea, how a bartender, they're behind the bar and everyone else is out here where they kind of are standing apart in a way from the crowd. And so that's where you meet them. And it's in doing something that you love to do. Like one of the things they show me, because I am determined someday I'm going to go and get into pottery, because I remember when I was in an elementary school once and we got to do the potter's wheel and the clay, and then we did the kiln and we did all that, and it was so fun and I loved it. It's like a passion that I didn't get to pursue. Um, and I feel like it's doing something like that where you have this passion of something you want to do, and when you go to do it, they're there. And maybe they stand out because they're a teacher or someone who's standing out within it all. And I like it for you. I just feel like it's doing something you love, you find your love, but not looking for love do you find your love. It's in doing what you love that you find your love. So I like those cards for you. Oh, boo 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 boo. Too funny. Yeah. So that is what I feel is coming in. Absolutely. And thank you again so much for your generous donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. Thank you for your donation as well. And you want a general for the Pisces in you, and his feelings towards you. That's funny because I just had uh, the high priestess pop out, which represents like the water signs. I'm like, oh, there they are. All right. So let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know, and about their feelings towards you too? Okay. So 2, 3, and 1. Let's see what this is about. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So we've got the 6 of Cups here, and we've got the Magician. So, you know, the 6 of Cups, of course, water energy and just swimming around in the past. I like here that I just feel like this is the general part of your reading, that they're off swimming in there, but I like that the magician card is bringing them forward. It's almost it feels like this is the dark side of the pond and this is the bright side. Like they dive deep down into their old memories and their old stuff and they deal with it. But there's this light, this bright light, this that's attracting them to the surface here. And it just feels like they can get caught into their past and their emotions so easily where they just hang out down here, right? But there's this new passion, this new energy. They're reminding me, I used to have, a koi pond. Oh, I loved it too. Actually, I had 2 of them. The second one was probably the size of a small pool because when I started to dig it in the backyard, I was breaking up with my first ex, and they thought I was gonna bury him in the bottom of it because at one point, it was like 5 feet deep. And I'm like, "Don't give me ideas." Um, but we were but it was huge, right? And what's great about koi is during the winter, as long as it's 3 feet or deeper, the koi will go to the bottom, and they just go into hibernation, and when it gets warm enough out, they just come out of it, and they come to the top. Yeah, no one would ever find them, right? Who would pull up all that stuff? But, so I like that they're showing me it's like the warmth is coming and they're moving, they're coming out of hibernation and they're coming up to the top. So I like that coming in there. Yeah. 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 I like it. Because we've got the um swimming with the fishes. That's yeah, right. Yeah, you're gonna go swimming with the fishes. So here, I love it. Here is their rising from the depths of the water. Here's the moon. Here's that water energy. They're rising from the surface. They're coming out of the nine of pentacles, which is the hermit's journey, them alone in their garden. But they're coming out. They're being seen. The six of wands, there's this energy coming in here of being seen and energy and fire, the magician's energy coming forward here. So I do feel like there are here comes I feel like it's with the summer solstice too, which comes up here in what 20 days. And here's new communication. So we've got the page of swords, new communication coming. So I feel like you're about to hear from them with the rising of the sun. That's coming in here. And what about feelings? We got the chariot card, which is movement and victory. That comes in here. Power of choice card too. So I feel like they're saying that there's positive things coming, positive emotions, positive things. Yeah. And the Fool card, this new adventure, this new journey, free of expectations, though. It's like that's like it's being reiterated. I wanna hang out, but no expectations. Don't expect anything from me, but I wanna hang out, but no expectations. All right, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And of course, we're gonna have the slow moving night. But offering of higher love, this unconditional love, this journey, they're very much, I mean, look all the brightness in it too. They're all bright yellow. It doesn't come as bright as they are in person, but you can kind of see it's all this the sun rising, right? That's coming forward here. But their emotions are filling up and they're allowing them to overflow. So I feel like they're making some great progress and the sun, it's almost like the sun helps them rise to the surface there. Yeah, I know, right? It's just like no expectations. We have new birth, again, new birth, mother nature, mother nurture coming in there. Um, I know you care a lot about them. You're very patient. More patient than I. This human character anyway. 'Cause, I would have, traded it in long ago. But, it is slow moving, it is slowly coming out, and obviously you care about them. Um, but, I feel like it's close to the sun coming into the summer solstice that's igniting and bringing the fishy to the surface, and, I feel like there'll be this new communication reaching out, but like you said, the no expectations. They're like, "No, just don't. I can't handle it." It's the fear of disappointing people. That's where the no expectations come from. Yeah, and again, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities, and the Wheel of Fortune. So it does unfold. It does feel, of course, where you feel it's for you, and it turns out, it turns here. New opportunity opening up for you both there. But I just don't feel this huge ability. It's like going to take a while before they're able where they feel like they love themselves. Yeah, it'll take a while before this would ever happen, which is the 10 of Pentacles, the feeling of togetherness and children and the dog and the home and the they're like this is like oh I just feel like that type of energy it's hard to get them to get to that point. I don't know. I mean, they must have gone through quite the life to have such a low belief in themselves. Slow, but and that makes sense. That I feel like they had to be slow moving in nature because if they moved too fast, they would attract attention and get abused, right? Like they would get the wrong type of attention, and so they learn to suppress everything so deeply and fear so much and fear failure and fear punishment and fear um, abandonment and fear. I mean, like I said, it's just it takes a lot for someone to learn to love themselves so that they can love others and let other people love them. It feels very they signed up for a doozy of an adventure, that's for sure. And obviously, you have too, being attracted to them and being patiently waiting for the turtle to come out of their shell, and you're just like, "Oh, look, oh, crap, I scared him back in." Right? Because 'Cause you're like, "Oh, look, their head was coming out. Now they're back in there again. Oh, Jesus." But hang in there, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. Um Much love to you. And thank you for your donation. Alrighty. Hey, LA. Thank you for your donation as well. And you want to know, did the money figure you dream about have any significance? Is it close to the amount you're going to get? And is M Law Firm, whoops, you are very welcome, going to take you on as a client this month? They've been silent. All right. So that's question number one. Did the money you dream about have any significance? Is it close to the amount? And then is M. All right. Okay. um, did the money figure you dream about have any significance? They're like, no, no. I think that this is more like that it's not the exact amount, right? They're less like, "It's close." Like, what is it? I know. It says, "Is close," like, "Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. and lightning strikes. But you ask, is it close to the amount you're going to get? And this is you're going to be full and overflowing this emotional feeling here. So they're basically saying, this is like whatever happens for you in your life, not to you. You're going to be fine. You're going to be full and overflowing with the results. So don't give up hope. I think they're just being like, is it close to it? you know, uh, your guides are getting more giddy and funny. Maybe it's the Pisces energy today. But will they take you on as a client? Seems like they're going slow. Yeah, there will be movement coming up here regarding that here. Um, I can see here. um, because that's boring. That's what they say. Because that's boring. You don't want boring. You want exciting. You want excitement. And I know we're like, no, I want exact. Just tell me. I hate the wondering. And they're like, wonderment is part of the wonderful experience here. It's like, yeah, until you're living it. But you have the temperance card, so things are unfolding here. So you will get an answer here from the M law firm here, because you do have both the Six of Swords, which is movement of communication, and the Eight of Pentacles, movement in the outside world. That's coming in here. So there will be movement. You will get a notification from them here. And I feel like it's a positive result here. I know, right? um, well, we don't think it's fun. It's exciting. It's on living on the edge. But the strength card here is communicating with your higher self. And whenever there's waiting, whenever there's this unfolding and all the stuff gets drawn out and all the stuff and the waiting, it all comes down to this. This is our human having the human experience, and when we're looking to the outside world for our fulfillment, that's where we feel all the unfun feelings, right? Because we're confused, we feel broke, we feel all this stuff when we are defining our worth by the outside world, right? That's when we feel unstable, when we define ourselves by people, by situations, and by things. And we all know that people change, they pass away, they walk away, any type of relationship of any kind, family, friends, lawyers, whatever, unstable, right? And then situations, jobs, education, whatever, never stay the same. Things are always changing. And our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, everything unstable. They break down, they deteriorate, they blow up, burn down, stolen. So whenever we're going through all this stuff, it's always, um, pointing us inward and upward because eventually the lion gets tired of not getting fulfilled in the outside world stuff. It's tired of feeling unstable. It's tired of being hungry and thirsty because the outside world does not make us feel full and does not bring us that stuff, right? And so we turn inward and upward, and that's where we find the beauty of our higher self. Here's the our higher self, a powerful supernatural eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. So when we start to feel all this in the outside world, we realize we've been drawn back out onto retail price, right? Because self-worth, capital S, self-worth comes from inward and upward, defined by this unconditional love being we are and how loved we are. Retail price is how we feel we're worth in the outside world, and that's based on other people's actions, on the jobs we have, the education we have, the blah blah blah, all that outside world. And it's fickle, like we talk about sometimes with, if I'm a warm parka coat and I'm, in the um northern Alaska during the winter, I am priceless. People are like fighting over me on the rack. But if I'm that same parka coat and I'm on a tropical island on the equator during the summer, I don't even make it to the blue light special Kmart, you know, clearance rack. I'm donated. They're like, "Pfft, And that's the fickleness of when we're defining ourselves by the outside world. We just feel like we're, up and down, and, we're defining ourselves by things. And it's like when I define myself by this powerful being I am on the inside, everything else in the outside world is just a play. It's just, part of the video game we're in. It's not the true me. The true me is the one playing the game, not the character that I'm playing here or the avatar that I am. So there is this, clarity that's coming, and I feel like you'll be hearing from the law firm. The figure that you dreamt about, I feel like that's based on the mind trying to figure things out, trying to feel secure. But the amount you're going to get, you're going to feel full and overflowing, especially with that Ace of Cups is about self love. The more we can just connect to the higher realms, we're just going to be we have everything we need in each moment. We are truly uh, quadrillion, trillion by whatever airs. We have everything. We're part of the creator. We own the entire universe, but we want access to it. I want to be able to sell it and have the cash in the bank, but that's not how it works. But that's what's coming in LA. So connect to your beautiful higher self and sit in your power for a little bit. Take some deep breaths, just knowing that your life is unfolding for you, even when it doesn't feel like that. Yeah. Well, you are very generous, and I'm happy for you. So much love to you. All right. Thank you again for your donation, LA. Many blessings to you. I'm excited. Once you get past all of these lawsuits and stuff, you're going to be like bored. What are you going to do? All right. So, Red, thank you so much for your donation. And you'd like a general with D and U as feelings and actions. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. All right. Let's take a quick sip here. All right. Okay. So we do have here as far as feelings, they've been doing some work. I just feel like they are they're just like doing this inner work. In fact, they're going, let's start this way and work our way this way. Because this is good. This is movement forward, and because of they're doing the work. But they're like, it's funny. Feel free to be nosy. Who told you? Who told you that I'm nosy? Yeah, who hasn't told you, right? But I love this because they're showing it like how in a movie or whatever, they're like, this is where we're at, but let's do a flashback to see how we're getting here. And that's what they're looking at because this is what they've been working on is their heartbreak, their fears. They've just been really looking into this. And so I like this for them, because there was these blocks that they had about, it's like this energetic block that they couldn't move past. They even were hitting their head here against the wall so much they ended up with like this, you know head bandage here that was keeping them from but finally, not finally, it's always in the perfect timing. They eventually got to the point they just couldn't take it anymore, and they feared taking the swords out of their heart, thinking that it was going to hurt even worse. But they realized as they started taking away their fears, how wonderful that it felt, and they started moving faster here. So here's this Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all, and he's just starting to really pick up speed in the transformation of letting fears go. It became a fun thing to do because here they are sitting on the throne here with the Justice card, connecting to higher truths, seeing things from different perspectives, balancing out their fears, cutting them away. And there's this much more balanced approach to life where I feel like, wow, they're really taking steps like in every area of their life. It's just like they're removing a lot of fears where they're like, why not? Why don't I go for this job or this career or this position? Why don't I, sell this and move into this and move locations? Why not? It's like they're it almost feels midlife crisis ish, but not in like a I'm splurging, but more of a I'm ready to let stuff go and I don't know if they're becoming a minimalist, but it feels like they're clearing away a lot of stuff and they're minimalizing stuff because they had so much clutter and they feared letting things go. But I feel like they're just making these steps in like a lot of areas of their life here. And we got the King of Wands here, which is maybe even they're looking at starting their own business, which is entrepreneurial energy, but they've got this stepping forward and oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. But it is. It's just this, they're stepping into their power here. They're realizing here, here's them this Ace of Wands used to block the way, but they stepping into their power and they're really stepping forward. And so I like that because I feel like that they've been doing all this stuff, and that's when we come to the 8 of Pentacles, which is they've been doing the work, the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and now there's forward movement and progression. They can't stay where they were. I mean, literally, like you said, they're moving house, they're moving location, they're, moving up, they're doing this stuff, and they're, just wonderful, energies, because things couldn't stay the way they were, they just couldn't stand it. It either has to move up or out, and they're just like, "If it's not for me, it's against me." That's funny, it comes from my Christian background, but it's like this big, "I'm ready for this movement up," and I feel like that's every area of their life, including you. Let me, pull additional cards here, because I feel like we needed the story, to unfold here. Yeah. Empress. So here's this new birth, this new beginning, sensuality. Whoa, ho, ho. So there is this movement here, this new beginning, this freedom that's coming in here too. The Empress is, the goddess running naked through the woods, free of all the stuff of the city, free of a lot of expectations and freedom and flow, which I really like here. Yeah. Yep, and here we go. Here's the chariot card movement. More movement. Chariot is also victory and power. I like this 10 of wands. They're letting so much of this energetic burden go for this rebirth, this that's happening here. So these are positive cards moving towards this sensuality here as well. Yeah. So definitely new beginnings. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands. So new passion, new ways of thinking toward this is specifically towards you, the feelings and the actions. So there is going to be movement towards you here, and it's with a new way of thinking, a new passion, um, not so burdensome, and they're not as burdened either. So there's this freedom that comes with it. So this looks very positive, Red. I really like it. Um, definitely coming in here. Yeah, 'cause the Empress, I was gonna go, "Red hair?" I'm just kidding. But there's this wonderful, this is like this new birth, this new, mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing, and I feel like they're ready here. I feel like they just needed to get a lot of the other stuff squared away to where they feel, that they can give the proper attention to interactions with you. But I do feel like there will be forward movement there with the chariot. It's victorious. Um, so that's positive. But it looks like all good things there. I don't have any concerning things, no red flags. It just feels like they finally moved on a lot of stuff and made a lot of changes. Feel like they're kind of with the entrepreneurship thingy. I feel like they are finishing up launching some new stuff, making some new plans, some new arrangements, possibly reorganization within their business, which they needed to give attention to. And then I think that's like the last little hurrah of energy where they're like, okay, that's in place now. Let me look at enjoying my life. I feel like I want to pull a lover's oracle here for you too. Hmm. Yeah, I like it. Wow. Does that look like them? I'm just kidding. Because it talks in here about being true to yourself, which I feel is what they needed to do here. Because it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So I feel like this was an important step is that they had to be true to themselves and now they can be true to you, which I like. So that's what's coming in, Red. I like it. I like it. I like it. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. I'm excited for this. I know I get nosy, don't I? I really do get nosy. All right. All righty. So let me see here. I know we didn't get through a ton of free readings here yet. And I know we got a late start. Because I do plan on returning this evening too. So I will be back on at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, just as an FY to the eye. So Beauty Queen, we had left off with you, and you want to know what is coming towards you here. All right. Well, I like this balance and stability that's coming forward because you have the Four of Pentacles, which is like this feeling of a balanced home. It's like four walls in the outside world. Just feels very solid, your outside world. But balanced two coins on each side is how I look at it. And you have the Ace of Swords, I mean, the Queen of Swords, who has the Ace of Swords, which represents she co-rules over the air with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which is emotion. So this is balancing of heart and mind and balancing of the outside world. So I really feel like what's coming towards you right now is just really this wonderful if life has been feeling like up and down, down, up, it's like this, whew, we'll take that. We'll take this nice little gliding along for a little bit. I just feel like there's this wonderful, maybe 2 weeks of peace, of just like, okay, just to get my head around things, just to really balance things out. And I feel like whatever this is, maybe you're going on vacation, maybe you are taking some time. Maybe you're gonna have some forced R&R. I don't know. Hopefully not. But I feel like okay, so Spirit is saying it's time for you to take that time for you so you don't end up with forced R&R. Forced R&R is what, I tell my friends whenever they end up in the hospital because of injuries or different things like that, or they had a friend who had a pickleball accident and she dislocated her shoulders, one of her shoulders, and tore muscles in the other, and she couldn't do a whole lot. And I'm like, I'm so sorry for your forced R&R. And she's like, I needed the rest. I needed to sit my butt down, and well, here we are. So I like it. Take time for you, take time to balance things out. And I feel like there's a 2 week period that allows you to do it either by choice, by your conscious choice, or by your body giving you some time. So I feel like it's time for balance there. But that's what's coming in, Beauty Queen. It's positive though. It's like it's needed just to bring some much deserved peace and quiet for you. So I like it. All right, so that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right, thank you so much, Red. I appreciate that. All righty. And then Golden, you're up next. So any blessings coming to you soon? And since I'm a little over 2 hours, I'm going to go into kind of a lightning round. I'm just going to speed up a little bit for the free readings. If you do want me to go in deeper, I do honor the donations to dive deeper into them if you wish to do so. Otherwise, I just want to try to get through as many free readings as I can in the remaining time. Well, we like this, Golden. You got the celebration and the joy card coming in here, which I really, really like. And there's this group kind of finding your tribe energy here too, where you're finding some individuals that really get you. And I feel like you're finding a really two close friends who you just get each other. And I like it. There's like they're searching for someone who can just get them without a lot of explanation, that wants to go do things that they want to do, that has the same kind of attitudes and aspects, so a lot of matching energy. So I feel like there's two individuals that you'll be meeting, um, that you just feel really a clicking and a bond with very fast. So it is definitely a blessing. It's just it feels like they bring a lot of spark into your life, which I like. So a lot of running and doing things, right? So I like it. I like it. I like it. Right. And then cool vibes. You will be the next free reading up next year, but I do have a donation. Thank you, Aries Rising, for your donation. And okay, you'll put your question below. Yeah, Cherry, I will. I shall return in about, see, it's almost 4 here. So in 3 hours, I will be back. I'm kind of going to probably be on here probably for um I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'll be on here. Maybe 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how we go here, but I shall return. All right. Thank you so much, Aries Rising. So you're working with HM and set some goals. What will be the outcome? All right. So let's take a look here. And thank you for your donation, by the way, if I didn't thank you. All getting into the readings. Go, go, go. All right. Well, you got 2, 2, and 2. So let's see what happens here. All right. So we've got here um, the Ten of Swords, which is, letting go of expectations and kind of like this reboot that happens here. And the Star card, which is kind of the Aquarian energy, which is all about roles that are different. The old roles no longer really fit in. The new, Aquarian energy, the age of Aquarius is about, the old ways don't serve us anymore. There needs to be new ways. So I feel like you've set some goals working with them. And I feel like um not that they yeah, not that they blow up, but that there might need to be some revisions of the goals. It's kind of like, well, this was a nice want to, but it's like, okay, let's kind of adjust things a little bit as we go along here, which is all right. Because you have the Two of Swords. So I feel like there will be these a lot of forks in the road on this path with this, working with these goals. It's like, okay, I know we're not going to get from A to Z in one. It's going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. N. So you're going to have all these little choice points throughout this experience, right? And with these choice points, Spirit is saying, close your eyes and open your heart. allow your heart to be in it too. There's a wonderful balancing energy here with the Libra in here. And because we have the King of Wands, which, the King of Wands, right? The King of Wands, is but it's like our higher self. It's the highest energy we can experience, but it also is kind of entrepreneur. It is this energy of we all like to make our, own decisions. Sagittarius energy, fieriness, childlikeness. Children don't like to be told what to do. You know, none of us like to be told what to do, for sure. Um, and so, when we're looking at our lives, we can't change people's minds. We can only change hearts. How do we change hearts? By giving unconditional love. So we can set these goals, we can set these things that we want to do, but our inner child, I want to play, and it's like, okay, it's important to close our eyes and open our heart and go, okay, what do you want, little child, inner child, our inner child, whoever else's inner child we're interacting with, and just go, okay, it can't be all seriousness, um, because that just doesn't, fly in that world. I got to these cards are not PG for YouTube. So we got the temperance card here, which is it takes time for things to unfold, right? The tempering going back and forth between the two cups. We've got the seven of cups, a lot of cups, a lot of different emotions, definitely. So going through this, where we get to choose, and it isn't a journey, it's an adventure. And like I said, I kind of feel like it was important to see that we don't get anywhere from A in a straight line to Z. It's always like this adventure that we're on, the scavenger hunt, running to get this, and then running over here to get that, and then running over here to get that, run over here to get that, and we're collecting all this stuff for the scavenger hunt throughout life. Yeah, because I mean, we got the Sagittarius energy coming back up there with that the Temperance card, and it's all about the adventure of something becoming, and it's not so much about the outcome, um, they're saying here, as it is how you get there and the adventure that you have along the way. So, well, of course, Aries rising, you see the world through the eyes of Aries, the baby, the little, the baby fire sign, right? You're just like, yes, I want to have fun. I don't want it to be work. I want to have an adventure to get somewhere. Make it a game instead of it's like doing the dishes. Ugh. But if you make it a game of each one's a ticking bomb and you have to watch it, get it into the water and rinsed over there before it blows up, it makes it so much more fun than like it's a chore. And I feel like this is the energy that comes in here is that it goes well as long as you have fun. Make it fun. Make it fun. For sure. Um, yeah. See if there's anything else to go with that. Hopefully that all makes sense there. Whoa. Wow. Things are flying. Yeah, and here we go again. Seven of coins. We've got this what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? The fruit. And you have the ace of coins. Here is the fruit. Here's the new opportunities that opens up here. Um yeah, yeah, but it's about the enjoying the process, enjoying, the process of growth and growing, you know. I think what was it? There was a movie. Um, hadn't I think it was Nick Nolte. Was it Nick Nolte? Maybe it wasn't. But there's it was kind of a metaphysical movie. I can't remember what it is, but they were all about the journey was the important thing. He took this guy up the mountain. Um, he goes, I want to show you something. And they were walking and they were going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And everything. And by the time they got to the top, he was like, so what are we up here for? And he was like, he looked around and went, and oh, here. And he just took a rock that was there. And he was like, this wasn't about coming up here. It was about getting up here, wasn't it? It was about the journey getting up here, not the destination. And he was like, you're catching on. And that's what I feel like it is that it's about the journey, it's about the pathway, not accomplishing a goal, right? And so I feel like what spirit is trying to bring through with all of this is look at the importance of what accomplishing the goal means. What if you don't meet the goal? What does that mean? What if you meet the goal? What does that mean? Is that going to be it? Is your life fulfilled? Are there going to be other goals then? So what does this meeting this one goal really mean? I know for me, when I had an opportunity in my life to kind of live the dream, what am I want to what's the dream going to be that I want to live, right? And then I thought, oh, being spiritual, I need to have books, I need to be doing seminars, what all these spiritual people do. This is what I need to do. And spirit goes, is that what you think you is like your goal, your dream? And I'm like, yeah. And then they took me into the future in my mind's eye and said, okay, here you have it all. Are you happy? And I'm like, well, no, I'm looking at what's the next thing I need to do. And they're like, very gently, they told me, if I can't be happy in this moment with what I have, why do I think I'll be happy in future moments when I get that or that or that? You'll always be looking for the next thing. And I'm like, wow. And then my dream became to be here right now with creator. That's everything, right? Everything else is extra, everything else is adventure. So I feel like this is kind of a message that's coming in there, Aries rising, if that makes sense. Um, but I feel like hopefully they showed you that, yeah, you'll meet goals along the way, but you're going to be moving and yeah, moving and balancing things. Here's the more Libra energy, balancing, balancing things, right? But I feel like the biggest thing is the adventure. It's getting there. Um, I talk a little bit about here about how we can get like the journey of getting from here to there, like the scavenger hunt, is what spirit loves to experience through us, and our soul loves to experience here. Because on the other side, we just go, I wonder what it's like over there, and psh, we're over there. We wonder, I wonder what this means. Psh, we know it because we're connected to creator consciousness. We're connected to all things. We know it. But the walking, the getting from here to here, this process of step by step, this is what one of the things that attracts us to this realm because we can't experience it. It was funny one day when I was going for a walk, I felt spirit so strongly with me, and I was kind of like saying, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, we're just enjoying the process of walking and getting to somewhere because we don't experience that over there on the other side." And it was interesting. It just really opens your eyes to go, yeah, what are we rushing to get to the end for? Because that's the end. But anyway, that's what they have for you, Aries rising. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right. And so we had left off with cool vibes. So cool vibes. You want to know any learning in the current situation for you? I love your little laughter. Yeah, you have the 8 of cups. So you are learning in here how to let go of emotions that no longer serve you. Let go of people and relationships that no longer serve. You've learned a lot and you've learned enough from some certain individuals that you no longer need to invest energy into these things that don't serve you anymore. The 8 of cups, they're headed off to the 9 of cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. So I feel like what you're learning in the current situation is I get to decide when I don't want to invest emotional energy, mental energy, whatever energy into something or someone anymore. I can leave it and I won't die. I will be fine. And so will they. But the guilt, the fears can be left behind. And it is a wonderful part of your progression and your journey. So I like that for you. All right, cool vibes. That's what they have for you. And Links Lee, you are up. Hi. How are you doing? I'm doing great. And who's coming towards you? Ooh. Well, you do have romance headed your way here. This is the Knight of Cups bringing and offering love. So you do have someone headed towards you here to offer you. It's a love like you haven't had before, though. So you obviously been doing some great love vibration work and self-love work because your love vibration is increased where you're not bringing in what when we did what we always did and we got what we always got, you're raising your love vibration and you're drawing in other individuals who are more um, at that level. So I like that for you, Linksley. Definitely, it is coming your way here. It is one of the faster moving nights, so it's more sooner than later than this will be happening. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Aries Rising. I appreciate that. All right, Angelique. I love reading. You're interested in a Taurus. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got the Pisces energy, or it's also Cancer and Scorpio. But there's this beautiful drawing away of spirit saying, High Priestess goes away into her High Priestess temple, looks higher, looks behind the veil, dives deeper. Um, with this Pisces, I'm not Pisces, the High Priestess, it feels like there's something hidden, some things unknown. And I kind of feel like it's spirit saying, it's not a no, it's a wait. Just step back because things will be revealed that you need to know about this um, Taurus in this situation, and that it's best just to kind of wait to see what unfolds and what comes your way. So there you go. You're like, ooh, so mysterious. I know they're being mysterious and they're not telling me more. They're just saying, wait for it. Just wait. Just step back. I'm not saying no, but I feel like once you kind of take a step back, you see stuff and you're like, oh, no, 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 no. So that's what I feel will come for you there. But I feel like stepping away, you need to see it for yourself. You won't believe anyone till you see it, right? I know how it is. Love is blind. We're like, oh, or attraction is blind, right? And we're just like, but I know those red flags. No, those are not red flags. Those are carnival flags. They obviously work at a carnival. No, they don't. All right. So that's what's going on. Hey, Margaret. Hello, hello. I see you have a question here, a couple down, so I will get to that. Healing vibes, you are up. Hello. Is Leo is in love with the new female S? We've got a death and a rebirth here. Um, you know, this would be like, I don't know. It just feels like they oh uh, um for the Leo, what they feel love is, yes. But this death and rebirth, what I heard, serial monogamist. I just feel like they're jumping from person to person to person to person to person to person. Doesn't work out, and they haven't realized yet that there's a common denominator on the things not working out, and that when they're looking for all these people to make them happy, um, they're not making them happy. It's because they're unhappy on the inside. It's like, how can we're the ones that can only make ourselves happy. And if we're unhappy, trust me, no one's going to make us happy. Even someone can give them the world, and they still would choose to be unhappy. So I feel like they go from, oh, you're going to make me happy, and this is what love means to them right now at this point in their life. You can make me happy, and then they don't, and they're like, oh, well, you can make me happy. Oh, well, you can make me happy. That's what I feel is going on. Healing vibes, if that makes sense. So there you go. What a wonderful, wonderful journey they're on. All right. So, Queen Bay, hey. So, you want to know, how is ZL feeling about you lately? Like, does he feel regret over what he did before? You know, I don't think so. I feel like this is what they leave in their wake, but this is what they focus on. I feel like they're a fire. Whenever I see something like this of, something behind, like this is the facade, that this is the fire kind of energy where they they consume, they move forward, they can't go backwards because fire needs fuel, and if it's burned through the grasslands, there's nothing that it can go back unless grass eventually grows and dies again where it can go backwards, but that takes a long time for them to be able to consume backwards. They will continue moving forward, 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 because it's not worth for them to return back and wait. So I don't feel like they are someone who regrets because it's not their nature right now. It's just moving forward, 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 consume, consume, consume. I want, is what I feel from them. So that's what's coming through, Queen Bee. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Margaret, we are to you. So, will you receive a money blessing this month? Ooh, all right, for June. Will you receive a money blessing? I believe so. You got the 9 of cups. Wishes come true. So, I do feel like you will get a money blessing this month with that card coming in. Easy, easy breezy. So, fast answer there. And that's what they have for you, Margaret. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Dijona, hello, hello. Whatever comes out. Well, you have this wonderful movement of thought and belief and mindset that's coming in here. That's what happens here with this Six of Swords, moving from, choppy waters to calm waters, letting go and leaving behind old ways of thinking that doesn't serve in movement forward. Movement card coming in here is about it's changing of mind and mindset. It also, it starts with a thought, it becomes words, it becomes action into the outside world, right? And so I feel like there's this change of thinking and mindset that you've had that is resulting in changes coming in the outside world. So I feel like you've had a change of mindset and things are moving forward. And I like that. So that is what they have for you right now, Dijona. All right. Higher self discovery. Ooh, what a name. I like it. And you want to know his feelings and next actions towards you. Well, we've got the Six of Pentacles. There is this balancing energy here where I feel like they are working on their own self worth. The Six of Pentacles kind of is the codependency awareness card for me, that they have had some, um, you know, interesting energies when they were 7 years old and younger about how, their worth is. That scale they have in here is their balancing of worth, right? What do they have to give in order to receive? And when they were younger, I felt like they felt they had to give so much to get so little back. And so they've got this, I don't allow people to give to me and I have to give to everyone else. And it has to do with their self-esteem and their worthiness. And I feel like that hasn't been really looked at and brought from the subconscious into the conscious to be worked out. So I feel like they're waiting for them to give so much into all of the world before they feel like they deserve one coin back. They feel like they have to give 1,000 love coins to the entire world in order to deserve one love coin back. And so because of that, there's these energies, these force fields that are keeping love and abundance to come to them. And so their feelings are, they in their mind, in their heart, they want love, they want to be loved, they want to express love. But the little inner child who's in charge of the forest fields is saying, no, it's not having it until that 1,000th coin is given, then you don't deserve it yet. And so it's keeping these fields up, these barriers. So if you hear him, mentioning, I can never get that job or that abundance or that promotion, and I can never keep love or blah, blah, blah. Well, that's because of that. That's what's all going on underneath the surface. So there's a great beautiful healing, transformation, editing of that 1 to 1,000 that can happen, but it takes them consciously doing it, and I don't feel like they are having that yet. So, higher self discovery, you can help them have a higher self discovery, and that will help them bring down those barriers. But they have to do the work. And I feel like their feelings are there, but they're contained in those force fields, and they can't take next action until they do that. So that's what's coming through. So hopefully that makes sense, and many blessings to you. All right. So where are we at here? Not yet, lovely, lovey. I'm not sure where you're at here. I'm not sure where I'm at. Okay, I'm up here. Yeah, I don't see you close here. And I'm going to be kind of heading off here in a moment, but I will be back at 7 in less than 3 hours. So I shall return, but I've almost been on for 3 hours. So I'll be on for about 15 more minutes till like 4:30. And then I shall head off and shall return. But if anyone wants to make any donations to make sure I get to their question in this one, I still will complete those in this session. Um, but I'm going to stop here in a moment with the free reading so that I can recharge a little bit before my evening session. I know I started late today um, for all that. So, right. So, Needy Sarvaya, lots of love to you. Hello, hello. You want to know the current feelings of Kaval for you? Let's take a look here. Okay. So I put this card. This card came out while I was shuffling, and then I put it back in there because I'm like, well, I really didn't ask the question yet, and then it came back out again. So here we are, your card twice, 10 of wands, which is this energy of like they feel burdened. The 10 of wands is they feel like they've invested, they have so much energy that they're investing that they're ready to end this and just singularly focus on one. They just feel like they've they have so much energy that they're putting into, and I don't feel like it's specifically you, I just feel like it's life. They just feel like they got so much that they feel they have to do, all these expectations, all this energy that they're pouring out, and they're just like they couldn't keep it up. It's like it's exhausting. And so they're ready to do this energetic release where they're just like evaluating everything that they're putting their energy in. And so I feel like, I mean, you're one of the ones, you're one of the ones that they want to invest energy in. But I feel like they're stepping back from everything to prioritize their life, and they're getting rid of wands because they're like, I can't do this. I can't burn the candle at 10 ends. Um, and and they're ready to do this. And so there's like this pause button that's popping into my head of they're just like pausing everything, and they're really evaluating their life, and they're in the process. So I don't see yet what they're choosing. So um, that is what is happening right now. So if you feel like they've stepped away, they have from everything because they just need a point of view away from things to determine what they want to do next. So that's what I feel is coming in, Needy. So hang in there. We'll see what they end up doing, but always know anything that unfolds always unfolds for us, right? So that's what's coming on. So many, many blessings. Right, Sherry? Almost. I usually do it an hour before. 2 hours before. Yeah, that's true. I could always do that, and then everyone that didn't get their answer here could put their answer in there. Um, but I usually do an hour before. Who knows? We'll reevaluate my processes one day. All right. So blue eyes, are you aligned with the Pisces? Well, I feel like you are aligning with the Pisces because here's the temperance going back and forth. slowly getting closer and closer to being aligned here. But there's this, tempering that's going on, this changing that's going on here. Timing takes time for it to happen. And whenever we get like a temperance or a slow motion kind of card, it's all about what can we do during that time? It's to turn inward and upward, focus on our self love, raise our love vibration by getting rid of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of fear that no longer serve us, emotions of fear that no longer serve us, energies of fear that no longer serve us. It's like cutting sandbags off of a hot air balloon so you can raise your vibration to get to a higher place. So while you're waiting, this part of this alignment, that's what's happening there. So they're moving up and you're moving up and you guys are getting into the same wavelength, if that makes sense. So that's what's happening right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right, AAC, hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And you want to know if it will be okay in New York City. If you will be okay in New York City. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, definitely. Excuse me, you've got the Queen of Wands, which is like it's all in your power to be okay because trust your intuition and your gut while you're there. You've got the Black Kitty, which represents the water side that's given to this queen. So you have connection to spirit. This is your spiritual energy, but it's also your fiery energy. Whatever you focus on is what grows and you attract. So be aware of what you're focusing on while you're there. If you're fearing all the time, you're going to draw in fearful events, right? But if you're grateful and you're gratitude and you're focusing on connection to spirit, being aware, just trust your gut and instinct and go, nope, I'm not going to go down that dark alley. That's a given, right? But it's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go do this. Trust your gut, trust this journey that you're on, and you'll have a blast. Queen of Wands, very powerful individual. She's has such a wonderful connection to spirit. Plus, her energy is just very strong. Whatever she focuses on is what she gets because she has that strong spiritual connection as well as her own energy. So I like that for you. All right. All right. Oh, and Needy, I think I already did yours. Yeah. I now just read that you want to, if possible, do your reading from any other tarot than a regular one, which is what I think I used. All right. Let's see where we at here. All right. So 34 Kushi Singh. Yeah, I'm only gonna be on for about 8 more minutes. And then I will be back because I'm almost on 3 hours now. And I'll be back in 2.5 hours at 7 p.m. Mountain Time for my evening session. So I shall return if you guys are able to. So, so let's take a look here. 34, Kushi Singh, current feelings of Shuban route towards you. Oh, wow. You got the lovers card. So, so there is attraction there. There is definitely this energy of important relationship to them. So they definitely have this, um, you know, love feelings towards you that are there in this attraction and like I said, important relationship. So that energy is there in their heart. And right now I'm doing one card just to try to get through as many free ones as I can before this session ends. So if you want to come back later to get more details, we can as well. All right. Okay, we took care of that one. I took care of that one. Okay, we took care of that one. Oh, Rhonda, Rhonda. So, love coming in for you. Let's take a look here and see. Is love coming in for you here? We've got the Four of Pentacles, and this feels more. about getting stability in the outside world and your worth. I feel like this is a focus of like of creating a place that feels like home for you. And so love right now, I feel like is kind of next stage. I feel like spirit is nudging you to really focus in on this stability within yourself. And the Four of Pentacles is a huge, uh, brings us a huge awareness anyway. What, like when we've talked about how when we define our self-worth by the outside world, how we feel unstable because people change, they pass away, they walk away. Situations like jobs, education, everything never stay the same. And things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So all that external world stuff lets us down. It's unstable. And when we define ourselves by it, we feel unstable. We feel all out of whack. And then we eventually get bored with all that and we turn inward and upward to find the eternal, unconditional love above that becomes the foundation of our worth instead of retail price of the outside world of like, I wonder what I'm worth in this moment. Depends on the person, the timing, their emotions, what they're feeling, blah, blah, blah. So unstable. But we have a set price of priceless when we go inward and upward and connect to that. And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to work on right now. The inner self love is what is coming for you, which is important because then you feel full and you're not looking at the outside world as falling short because you have everything you need inside of you. You see the world as overflowing instead in the outside world. So that is what we have for you there, Rhonda, for love today. Can always check tomorrow, right? All right. So much love to you. Many blessings to you. All right. Lovely, lovey. There you are. I see you now. Hello, Zen dude. What are Mr. F's true intentions towards SP now that he knows of her plan to purchase a house? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. Well, we've got the magician card here, which is stepping into their power, movement, manifestation. It's this energy of focusing on growth. I don't feel like, well, whereas before maybe they didn't have action going on. Um, I feel like this has created a spark under their butt. Definitely, it's the manifestation movement energy. Instead of waiting for stuff to come to them, it feels like they are initiating to move things forward. So I feel like their intentions maybe haven't changed. I just feel like it's finally sparked them to go, ooh, I better move on this. I don't feel like there was like wrong intentions or false intentions. I just feel like there was stagnant intentions, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is causing him to get some, movement, but that's what's coming in. All right. So that's what they have for you, lovely, lovey. And let me just make sure here. All right. And let me see here. We got just about 2 minutes left. So Rose with the brown icon with the white R. You want to know what are G's feelings, intentions, and future actions towards you? All right, let's take a look here. We are doing one card readings here. So, well, don't really matter. It looks like everything's kind of going slow anyway. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the slowest. It's one of the slow moving things. What's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. Takes time for everything to grow, right? So I feel like things are growing. I feel like their feelings aren't growing. I feel like their intentions, future actions are very slow. They're very slow moving. They like to see things unfold. I don't feel like they're a huge planner anyway. I just feel like they're kind of a go with the flow and let's see how, yeah, go with the flow and let's see how things go. I feel like that's their theme. And that's the energy that's coming in right now with them right now, Rose. But I feel like there are emotions there. They're just growing. I don't feel like things move very fast with them. So that's what's coming in right now with that. Alrighty. All right. Yeah, it looks like I've got a ton more to go. So, oh, thanks, Maria. I'm going to be back in 2.5 hours because it's 4:30 here, and I'll be back at 7. I'll post about an hour before an announcement of going live again. So, keep an eye out for that. If you guys have, of course, your subscribers, if you're chatting, you have to be. But go into your settings, um, notification settings, and make sure all is selected, and then you'll be notified when I am going live. So you can even jump in early and pop your question in there early. But before I take off from this session, because I'm going to close this one down, just to make sure everyone, I do have a giveaway every Monday. Here is the link to the announcement so you can see what I'm giving away and how you can get into the drawing there. Also, if you want to check out in the meantime your June monthly reading, your joyous June monthly reading, here is it is for each individual zodiac sign. And then also, I have a pick a card at least one a week. This week's was Who's Thinking About You and What Are They Thinking About You? So those were pretty cool. And I have a ton of other pick a cards on my main page. So if you go to my playlist, you can check those out and get some additional messages from Spirit before my return. So, again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So, thank you for being part of the love tsunami. And apologies to everyone that I did not get to, and for the late start today. Things hopefully will get back to regular starting tonight because I think we're getting things squared away. So I think we are good. Um, and I think it's everything. So just know as you guys are going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your day or night. I'll see you guys in a couple hours if you return. And much love to you guys. Hang in there and you take care. We'll see you.